This Sunday morning, we have our annual tradition of doing a festival of lessons and carols. And of course, this is a service that many of us associate with King's College in Cambridge, although there are plenty of places here in the States that follow the same pattern and using the sequence of having the familiar lessons that tell about the Nativity paired with congregational Christmas carols and carols for the choir to sing. It's a wonderful service, and it always starts off with those familiar three notes. And we know it's once in Royal David City, and that's always been the tradition at King's College, and so most places that do lessons and carols start off with that same hymn, first sung by a treble chorister, then the full choir, and then the congregation. And we know that we're off to the races. So this year we have, like normal, we have several choral pieces that we'll weave through the service. One of the most interesting pieces is also the shortest one that we're singing. This is new to our choir, and it was actually commissioned by the choir of King's College in Cambridge and Stephen Kleebery, the director at the time, from the Estonian composer Arvo Pärt. And it's a part of the Orthodox liturgy. It's the Russian Orthodox version of the Ave Maria, Bogorodice Dievo. And of course, the choir, the adults have not enjoyed singing in Russian quite so much, but the kids have really loved getting their mouths around all these interesting sounds. It's only a minute long, and it goes very, very fast. It's like a freight train made of candy. And it starts off with these altos, and then the upper voice is singing. And believe it or not, that's about 2/3 of the entire piece. It's very short, full of adrenaline, and it's a wonderful, ecstatic idea of thinking about the angel Gabriel greeting the Virgin Mary. Speaking about the trebles, we will also be singing one of their favorite pieces, Night of Silence. And we've sung this, I think this is our second or maybe our third lessons and carols to sing this. It's also become a fixture at the ESK pageants, so you might be familiar with this. And it's a very gentle and sweet tune with a wonderful introspective text. Cold are the people, winter of life, we tremble in shadows this cold, endless night. And it really talks about the meaning of the incarnation. And it has this very gentle tune. But then I would also invite you to listen over those three verses and see if you can catch the hidden melody that will be maybe not quite so hidden in the middle of that. Also part of this service, a carol that many of the singers, both the trebles and the adults, really enjoy, is a setting of, it's a darker text, but it's the Christmas carol that we know as the Coventry Carol, Luli Lula, thou little tiny child. And it is a Christmas carol, and yet it has some of the darker images that we associate, some of the most dark images that we associate with the Christmas season. This setting is not using the Coventry Carol melody that we're familiar with. It's a new melody by the mid-20th century composer Kenneth Layton. And it has a lullaby feel to it, and yet it also has that sadness that the text expresses. Very expressive, and it also has quite a bit of drama right in the middle. But we have a whole range of things, very familiar carols that we will all be singing together. We'll have our brass quartet and timpani here with a festive prelude, as well as playing along with some of the hymns and a cheery postlude. And of course, our annual tradition of having St. Nicholas in the Great Hall after the service to greet children for photo ops and a hot chocolate and cookie hour. Remember that because of Lessons and Carols at 10:30, there is no communion at that service. We will have communion in the chapel at 8 o'clock. You're welcome to come to both services. They are not exclusive of each other, or obviously join us in the chapel at 8 o'clock or in the church at 10:30. But we hope that you will join us as we really kick off this holiday season.